Hello everybody, Logan here with another video. Today I'm going to discuss another one of the Halloween costumes animatronics. So I've actually decided that I'm going to discuss all of them as they come out and not just the Brick Thunder ones. Mainly because I'm content starved and I love talking about these animatronics, especially now that I'm making my own customs. So I think it's fun for me to talk about them. Today we are talking about Halloween Costumes' newest edition, at least at the time of this recording. They might have added another one. I don't know. I'm recording this one in advance, obviously, so this just came out yesterday, but you're going to see this when this video's been out for like 2 days, so keep that in mind. So this is the Pumpkin Scarecrow animatronic. Now, we've actually seen this guy previously twice. Once on their Instagram page, and then another time in Brick Thunder's video in this kind of white room where they were like taking pictures of the stock photos and everything. So we kind of got some sneak peeks at it, and now, it's been officially released. And at the time of this recording, it is in stock and is able to be purchased. So it's not even on pre-order. They skipped that. They're like, you can buy it now. And it is for $239.99. So, I guess, where do I start? So this is obviously a Party Gears animatronic. I can tell immediately just by looking at it. And it has like the same sort of deal, like what they've been doing with their Party Gears animatronics, where it has this like, this intro music, and then the outro music, which I actually really like the intro music on this guy, with like all of the animal sounds. I think that's really cool. I think it's pretty fitting since, he is a Scarecrow. And that's probably going to be one of the only things I actually really like about this. Concept-wise, I don't like it, because it's literally a copy off of Night Stalker. I believe that's his name, from Spirit. The 2021 Scarecrow, that's on the post and he's missing his arms. He's like supposed to be armless and his arms are broken off and on the board. And this guy is an armless Scarecrow, and though he has his hands attached to the boards directly, but he is obviously meant to be armless. And, Night Stalker had, like, the violent head moving, and this guy has, like, really fast and violent head turning motion. Like, it was very obvious from the get-go what this was very much inspired off of. This isn't the first time Halloween Costumes has done this, and I'm going to be super blunt. I'm getting tired of it. You can do your own stuff. Like, you are fully capable of it. You are trying very hard, and this is how I'm perceiving it. You're trying very hard to be Spirit, but your products, this is going to sound very mean, but it is the very hard truth. Your products are not on par with Spirit's. Night Stalker was not even a very well-received product. Even though I have him, I can admit he's not the best. Night Stalker is 10 times better than this thing. In every way, shape, and form. They had like their, they like ripped off Mr. Salty too. And again, that thing was terrible compared to the actual Mr. Salty. I believe it was, Sardonyx. I think that's what he still goes by. I'm sorry if he doesn't. I apologize in advance. Who has both? And his Halloween Costumes one was already breaking down. Like, not impressed. So it's like, I don't like the fact that they're trying so hard to be Spirit. And again, that's just how I'm perceiving it. And obviously, like, I'm not like trying to ride Spirit really hard, because like I always have my criticisms with Spirit too, But like, if you're gonna rip off a character, you don't want to rip off a character that was already kind of meh to begin with. So, kind of with that little rant, I guess let's really talk about it. One of the things that immediately jumped out to me was the goofy gloves that were on the board. No. No. For one, the gloves don't look good at all. I don't know what I don't know if it's supposed to look bloody or what. It doesn't look good. It does not look good. I'm sorry. They look very cheap. The fingers look very stubby. I don't like it. I just don't. I think you would have been better off with him having no hands at all. And just having straw coming out of like the shoulders, you know, where where his arms would have attached. I also think the hat that he's wearing is way too, like, proportionally, is way too small. Mainly, like, the top piece looks very tiny to me. It looks weird. Especially in the stock photo, it just looks really odd to me personally. I don't love it. I also don't really like how the boards are positioned, where they're, like, meant to be in this upwards, like, scary, ominous stance. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I'm not a fan. The pumpkin sculpt, however, I am a fan of. I love the face. The eyeball, I know people have been kind of going back and forth about it. I'm okay with it. I think it's kind of dope. Man, here I am with the dope again. I think it's cool. It's kind of like something's living inside the pumpkin, and I'm okay with it. I like it. I like that he has an actual sculpted on neck, too, and they actually did a consistent, like, pumpkin sculpt as well. I am a total softie for pumpkin scarecrows as well. I love them. I mean, you guys just saw Gordon Paw Nestor, who not really a scarecrow, but he's a pumpkin character. So of course I'm gonna like this. I think it's cool looking. It looks. I have it on my computer, by the way, so you're gonna hear me clicking on the photos and looking at them. It looks actually a lot like better painted than Kane was. So I will immediately give credit where credit's due. It's pretty well shaded as well. And again, I do like the eyeball. And it has like an actual eyelid and everything. It looks like something's living inside that pumpkin. It's really dope. I would have added teeth inside the pumpkin's mouth too. A creepy little detail I would have added. If you have ever seen, if anyone's like an anime fan or a manga fan out there, if you've ever read the manga Pumpkin Night, right? It's about a serial killer who wears a pumpkin mask. She has one eye exposed and her teeth are always exposed underneath the jack-o'-lantern. That's something I would have gone for. It's it's a visually really disturbing manga. If anyone has ever like read it or have seen Pumpkin Night, look it up. Obviously, viewer discretion advice. It's very gory, very graphic. But that is kind of what this would have reminded me of, had they done the teeth. It's super creepy. I would have much preferred that. The straw around the neck, very loose. I don't understand that. It doesn't look super great. Also the rope, a little too loose. It looks like an afterthought. I don't love it. The flannel looks like it was airbrushed onto fabric. I don't like that either. Like, I don't like it. Like, there's just so many things I really don't like about this. The flannel looks off. Right? Like, I would have gotten, like, an actual flannel shirt and thrown it on over it and distressed the absolute hell out of it. And that's what I usually do with my props. And also, like, you can also tell from the stock photo, the quality of the fabric is not great. Immediately. You can see all the threads are kind of sticking out off of it. That's an immediate red flag to me. That's something that I'm going to be very worried about. The pants, again, very reminiscent of Night Stalker. And even like with the straw coming out of the bottom. Like, the head turning motion, I feel like it's way too violent. It looks like it's like pulling the entire prop with it. I feel like it should be moved a lot slower. I don't see a real reason for it to move that fast. It's just, I don't know. I don't like how fast it moves. That's personally just a subjective like opinion. I'm okay with audio. I mean, it's not the best, but it is so much better than last year's. I feel like they watched a lot of the criticisms last year and are kind of like taking notes, but it's still not all the way there yet. You guys have a lot of learning to do, but you're getting there. You guys are getting there. It's better. I like the music though. The music's really cool. Again, it's better than the clowns from last year were abysmal. So I like this more in the audio department. Animation, you guys need to slow it down. For one, it's Party Gears. I don't trust the quality of Party Gears. I own a Party Gears animatronic. I've seen the internals. Party Gears is not that great. Party Gears is like party time on a heavy budget. For those of you who hate party time, hearing me compare it like that, you're probably going to groan a little bit. So that's kind of why I'm very concerned about that very quick motion. Also, doesn't make any sense. It's easier if you just have that slow side-to-side motion. The whole head lighting up too kind of ruins it for me, especially when it flashes when he laughs. I also don't know why he stays off during the intro phase, but I think he stays on during the outro phase. Really weird programming there. I don't know if that's a Halloween costumes thing or a Party Gears thing. Probably Halloween costumes if I had to take a guess. I don't like that either. That's like, that is a few seconds that you could grab someone's attention and they're going to ignore it. Not great. Overall, I would rate this like a 2 out of 10. I think there's just way too much wrong with this. Really, like a 2 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend this, really. Like, there's so many, like, I can see, like, even the collar, the threads are coming off. Like, it doesn't look good. It really does not. Why wouldn't you just trim that? That looks terrible. The flannel looks awful, too. I'm sorry. The gloves, I mean, ooh. The thumb looks weirdly just super stubby to me. The fingers don't look proportionate to a normal finger. And maybe that's just me. It looks weird. And I'm pretty sure that wood is foam. So, I don't like that. There's just a lot I don't like. Head, I like. I like the head. I like the head. I like the intro and outro music. That's it. Those are the only two things that I personally really like. Other than that, no. Also, I'm glad the head's plastic. I think it's blow mold. It looks like the same... Well, I don't know if it's blow mold. It looks like the same material as Ghostly Gentleman's head. So it's probably going to be super thick. Again, it's going to be hard on that mechanism. If it is... Yeah. I don't like this. I would not pick this up. Maybe I would for, like, a project. But I would not use it as is. I would make this do a static. Because I don't trust that mechanism. Anyway, that is all for me, guys. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of this prop? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I dislike it. I don't like it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
watching, waiting. I see it all. I see you. Welcome to the fields of your fear. Crows are not the only things I scare. Harvest, the season of death, giving forth to bounty and life. Is this a dream or a nightmare?